When we study the red letter teaching of Jesus in the Bible, it can be interesting to see the methods that he uses to get his point and message across. He will sometimes use parables, he will use metaphors, and just in general using a lot of stories. When we look at Matthew 25, the story of the final judgment, we can see that Jesus uses sheep and goats to represent two groups of people. Sheep are ones on their way to heaven, goats on their way to hell. And we can ask, why were these animals chosen? Now, I think it's fairly obvious that sheep were chosen. It's often used in the Bible in many places. We can consider like Psalm 23, where it starts out saying, "The Lord is my shepherd." This was written by David, who as a boy himself had been a shepherd. In Psalm 100, it says that we are the sheep of God's pasture. And in John 10, Jesus describes himself as the good shepherd and that the sheep know his voice. So we can see that sheep may be obvious to be chosen as God's people. But why were goats chosen? And we can see that there's similarities between sheep and goats, but there are some differences. Similarities come across in genetics, where they're both from the same family of Bovidae. They're also from the same subfamily, but then they split into different species, having different chromosomes. We can see their temperaments are different. The sheep tend to be more gentle and innocent, while goats are more aggressive and independent. So it's important that Jesus chose these because he was trying to make his point. And as we go on, and I invite you next time to join me as we look at how that really makes a difference in how they were chosen and how they end up either headed towards heaven or hell. In the meantime, just consider this. This is a picture that's often in the background of where I record, but this image of Jesus welcoming the sheep to him.